Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Fubzy's live play. Due to the fact that nobody suggested a tank, I'm going to be taking out the IS-7. As I said, it's not a tank that I do particularly well in. Not so much from the armour point of view, but just from the gun. If we start off with a quick look at the tank then, we've got the lower frontal plate there, which is a weak spot, but if you go hull down, it's an absolute monster from the front. Because it's got the pike nose here, this will bounce quite easily. The turret is made out of Superman's underpants and that will bounce left, right and centre. There's very little, in fact, if I zoom in you can see there's practically nothing in terms of a commander's cupola. So it's very difficult to get any kind of meaningful penetration or damage from the front unless you hit this lower front plate. In terms of side scraping, you got some lovely spaced armour here and well angled. So this again will bounce many shots. The tracks will eat quite a lot of shots up. This part here you do have to be careful of. If you reverse too far and you show this, they can penetrate you through that because this becomes quite flat because of the way this angles here. So if they're then shooting into you from this kind of an angle, it is a lot easier for them to penetrate you. Side on again, because you're flat on, they can penetrate you, and from the back it's as soft as butter really, and you can get through it from the back quite easily. The gun, as I say, is not the highest penetration, and it will bounce quite a few, especially when you're fighting other tier 10 tanks. I really think this gun could do with just a tiny little bit of a penetration buff, but there you go. So I equip it with an auto fire extinguisher, small first aid, small repair, 3 HE for decaps if needed, or if you're fighting a tank that's hull down with only a couple of hit points left. Again, it's another way you can just chip those last few hit points away. 7 premium rounds, 20 AP. I run with vertical stabilizers, gun line drive and a rammer, and that's to get the aim time down as much as possible and around in the chamber as quick as possible. And repairs plus 6 cents and assorted things like Deadeye and safe stowage, and following that will be Brothers in Arms. So this is my third attempt at doing this video for you today. The first 2 attempts I ended up with 300 WN8 game and a 600 WN8 game, both of which I would have used, but unfortunately you only had the audio. For some reason it didn't record the video side of it, so I'm having another go. As you can see, absolutely horrendous start, but we'll reset that so we can have a good look after we get out of this battle. So we'll jump straight in. Now I am having a few problems with my headset as well. I've ordered a new one. I might even do a review on that when I get it, but I believe the microphone's working fine. We'll find out in a bit, but I've got no sound at all until I turn my speakers on, and obviously I don't want to do that at the moment because then that'll provide feedback onto the microphone and ruin the video for you. But as we're loading in here, I can see they've got no top tier heavies, which is a blessing for me. It'll make it easier for penetrating things. As I say, it's when you come up against other tier 10 heavies in this that I find it's a struggle, unless you're prepared to shoot lots and lots of premium rounds, which can then become quite expensive. So we'll see how we get on. I'm probably looking at the other team. I'm probably going to head down this side somewhere. So let's see how we get on.
Time to roll out.
So yeah, as I say, you guys might get some sound in this video hopefully from the game, but I'm getting absolutely no sound at all. I've got a loose wire somewhere in my in the lead of my headset. I occasionally get a little bit of sound and then it cuts out again. So, but we'll head over to the hill, to the usual starting spot, and we'll see where we go from there. So far nothing's been spotted. Majority of the team on this flank, a few over on the other flank. E50 spotted. We can't get any shots on him. It's behind the house, but we haven't been spotted either. Now I'm not going to push forward too early on, simply because I need to know what's going to be going with me. Got an IS-8 there. The E5, it looks like he's going to be camping, is he, or is he going to push forward? And we've got an M103 and an IS-3 that we're likely to come up against. Yeah, so we'll push on a little bit, and we'll see if we can, between me, the IS-8 and the medium that's down in the T-54, we'll see if we can hold these guys off. Looks like there's 4 heavies coming this way, but at least down here we can use the little lie of the land here to get a bit of a hold down position. And there you see, we can bounce shots quite well in this. We'll push forward again, see if we can get another shot into this IS-3. Not with people bouncing into us, we won't. And we've now took a hit on the top there, as you can see, with the little red sticker on the top of the tank. So we'll now pop forward, see if we can... That really, really annoys me when dickheads do that. You're trying to line up a shot and they're ramming you, and then the next thing is they'll be moaning that you haven't contributed enough. Absolute bellends. Right, let's see if we can get... No, he's reversed, so I can't hit his cupola now. Let's see, can we get forward and put anything into these guys? No, probably overexposing myself to these. And this is kind of what you got to be careful of. Oh, just over the top. You know, you don't want to overexpose yourself, even though you're in a heavy tank. Let's see. Although I'm going to lose the benefit of being a little bit hull down there. Let's see if I can make my way up here. Somewhat. Let's get a better angle on these, or over on towards that Tiger.
It's a trap.
Okay, hopefully now we can put one in there. Come on, pop out. No. Right, so I think the other way we can do this is we'll hug this wall and we'll focus on the T-30 and Jagdtiger then. Again, trying to keep angled.
It's a trap.
T-30's got a good line of sight on us, but just angled in time there. Can I use these rocks here?
It's a trap.
Maybe. Oh, that was stupid. I gave him a clean shot right into the side of my tank, and now the T-30 is going to be reloaded. Not in the best position here. I got myself into a whole world of hurt, actually. Let's see if I can get out of here before this T-30 puts one into me. Again, try and angle my tank. Get back down here where I'm hull down. So I made a complete hash of this, as I usually do in the IS-7. I don't know if it's a psychological thing even, where I just get into my head that I'm going to have a bad game, and then I do anyway. Let's see if I can get one into the side of the 30. There we go. That's going to help. And now we can charge straight at him, because the 54's got him occupied. So we'll get forward and see if we can help the 54 finish him off. And then straight onto the Jagdtiger. The other thing I find with these tanks is they're just that little bit too slow. Couldn't quite get a shot in quick enough on him that I thought would have penetrated. So it's like all their tanks over here now are dead. So, you know, I've only scored probably about 350 to 400 W-uni, and all the enemy tanks over here are gone. So unless we can get those coming back towards their own base, there's no way I'm going to score anymore. Yeah, that's how. Let's scroll through all the chat there, have a nosy, see what's being said. We'll try and get into the cap circle and put some pressure on them to cap instead, or force them to come back. The Wadov E100, they've got defending their cap there. If I'm in a good hold down position, I can bounce his shots, no problem. It just depends on how much of the tank I expose to him. The trouble is, of course, he can clip us. It is a very powerful tank.
It's a trap.
So I put one into his gun. He's managed to put one into us, put two into us, and he's finished us off. So I wasn't quite hull down enough. I'm guessing if I'm looking at it from here, I can't imagine he would have gone through the turret. He's probably gone through here. What angle would he have been at? Yeah, so that's going to be quite flat to him. Either that or he's managed to hit our lower plate down here, but that looks like it's intact, so we'll just see out the game then. Again, as I say, I've done very, very poorly here, but it's just a tank that eludes me. I can't get the I can't get it. I almost feel like I'd be better off playing in an IS3, even though it's a tier 10 game, because I just feel like I play better. Again, it could be a psychological thing, I guess, but we'll see. This guy's on 3 kills, so we'll pop in and we'll have a look, see now what he's doing. Oh, he's up onto 4, so possibly let's see if he gets a top gun. He has got a chance. There's 3 tanks left, although he's playing quite cautiously now at the back. And as you can see, the IS3 there, not doing a bad job either. T-54 as he pulls forward, is he going to get that one? Yes, 5 kills. So he's definitely on for that top gun. Just needs one of the remaining 2 tanks. Looks like he's lining up for the T-49 if he's going to show himself. Maybe the IS-3 will force him back. No, T-49's gone. So his last attempt now is to find this Leopard and take him out. Hopefully he can do it. Be nice to see him get a top gun. But again, you don't know. I mean, if I was in that Leopard now, I think I would probably run back across and be coming down this side. Simply because he would have known that he's been spotted over there, and probably know that everyone's going to be making their way over to try and find him. So it just depends really on what state his tank's in, whether or not he's took a lot of damage. If he's took maybe engine or driver damage, then of course he could be struggling for speed to try and flank all the way around the back. But I think definitely that's where I'd have gone if it was me. 54, I think he's just holding here and just waiting his time, let them spot, in the hope that he can pick up this Top Gun medal. I don't blame him. When you get to 5 kills, you know, it's nice to get that 6th one and get the Top Gun medal. I don't know if they're going to find him though. It might be worth one of them going and sitting on the cap, just to see if they can bring him out that way. Maybe the Bulldog might. Yeah, it looks like he might just do that. Just quickly then, guys, while we're waiting for the game to end, if any of you are good in the IS-7, if you're particularly good playing the IS-7, and you've got some tips for me, then please feel free to give them, because I absolutely suck in that tank. I'm normally fairly good in a heavy tank. T150 I do very well in, IS-3 I do very well in, but you put me in the IS-7 and it's like my brain just melts and I just cannot do it. And I see unicums playing in the IS-7 and having great games. I see average players playing in the IS-7 and doing really well, and I'm playing it and it's like my brain just farts and goes, no, sorry, no comply, computer says no. So I could really do some advice on that one. Also, the donate button that I've put on to... Oh, bless him, he didn't get his Top Gun. The donate button that I've put onto the YouTube channel, we have received a £10 donation, so we will be doing something with that in the next video. Probably a gold giveaway or some premium giveaway. I haven't decided exactly what and how yet, but we'll work that one out in the next video. If you do want to donate, by the way, you can. Feel free, as long as you're over 18. I don't want youngsters donating their pocket money to me. That's not right. And also, please bear in mind, it's all coming straight back out as prizes. There's not a penny that I'm taking for myself. Right, let's have a look at this post-game screen then. So we managed to do a few bits of damage here as regards assisted from spotting. And we managed to do 1,300 from personal damage, but that is really, really poor for an IS-7. As you can see, for XP, we're down in the bottom 4 there. Although for damage we were kind of mid-table, but then in a top tier heavy, you should be up nearer the top there. Did manage to turn a slight profit, just about. and a little bit of XP, but not a very good game. As I say, 949 W-uni it came out at in the end. The two that I tried before this was 600 and 300, so it's a tank that amuses me. If you've got any advice, then feel free to give it. I might do another video a bit later on, one of the others, just to show you that it's not just that one tank that I suck in. There's bound to be more games that I can do where I do that. Alright guys, take care, and I will see you soon. Take care, bye.